Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of my Car Mechanic 2021 series. And yeah, we're going in a bit of a different direction today, sort of. Uh, we're starting the electric car DLC, which came out quite a while ago. And up until now, everything's been internal combustion in one form or another. We dealt with rotary engines, we dealt with V6s, V8s, the occasional boxer engine, I think. But yeah, this is a bit of a different beast here, so might be a bit of a, you know, learning experience for us. So we'll see how things go. First, do what we always do. Get the frame all fixed up. We don't want to do it twice. There we go. Alright. Start popping body panels off. We were missing a few already, so we're just going to fix what we can and see what's left over. Okay, is that engine cover counting? It probably is. There we go. I was doing some poking around on this car before starting the recording. Yeah, that's what passes as the engine. But yeah. Should be interesting. Yeah, we'll go through the standard process with it. First, let's get the body fixed up. Nope, not there yet. Okay. Take a look here. Sort by condition. Rid of the plates. I highly doubt they'd actually have one of these in that country, but okay, sure. You never know. Okay, so about what we expected. I think the front bumper was in pretty sad shape. Alright, let's just buy the replacements for the stuff we couldn't fix. Go to the bodywork station and yeah. That is not the right one. Back up here. Accidentally clicked on that one because of the color of the car. Whoopsie. Okay, so rear window. Trunk. Okay. Got a side mirror. Brand new front bumper. That's good. A funky looking tail light, but okay. Right, let's throw what we have on there. That's not quite what I meant, but okay. I suppose stuff like that happens when you're trying to design for, form over function, but hey, whatever. It's a nice looking car still. I don't think I have you yet. Nope. Have you? Yes, we do. Okay, good. Okay, that's everything from the inventory. So let's Okay, right front fender, headlight, side mirror, what else? We'll need the other headlight, but we'll get that here in a minute. Okay. Right front fender. Left headlight. Left side mirror. Okay. Here's search. Cancel search. We need the right headlight now. Still in assembly mode. Good. Yeah, that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. The body's 89, so we most likely forgot some. Oh, right, the license plates. Took me a second there. I was like, wait a tick. Let's see. We're gonna have fun with this one, I think. Make fun a little bit. We're gonna poke some, you know, lighthearted fun at the electric cars. Actually, I wish you could just type in the letters. Even though it's not entirely get. Well, I guess be. You know, let's just put my. Just put the standard plate on there. That. Okay. The body and frame are good. Let's go for interior. Rid of everything. Oh. Right, let's head over to the interior shop. Do brand new leather seats. A brand new steering wheel. Alright, so body frame and interior are now at 100%. So now we're gonna probably focus on getting tires put on it and rims. We'll get the rims fixed up. We'll replace all the tires, and then we'll head over to paint. I'm not sure what color we're gonna put this yet. Let's go ahead and get all these off there. Okie dokie. Go fix the rims. Alright, all the rims are good to go. Of course, it's using 2 different tire sizes. So do that. That. Or keep one of each. Mark those. Let's head over to the tire shop. So, got 2 different sizes of the 17-inch sport tire. We'll do these first. So 235/40. Okay. Verify. 235/40 R17. 235/40 R17. That one's good. Here. Get this, and then 205/45. We need 2 of those as well. Verify this. 205/45 R17, 205/45 R17. So good to go on those as well. Okay. Okay, let's get tires put back on, and then we'll balance them out and throw them back on the car for a little bit. Okay. On to the next step. Need to 235. Do that again. Yep, that's what I thought. So I went back and checked. Put it on there without thinking and cinched on the wrong tire. But thankfully I didn't get too terribly far. Okay. It looks good there. Not sitting up on blocks or anything, so let's go over to the paint shop and see what we can do there. Factory color. No kidding. Hmm. My first choice, but it doesn't look bad. No liveries, of course. Still looks good though. Alright, let's get you back in the bay and then we'll start figuring out how we want to attack this next. Because we still have some fluids we need to remove. So... Lucky looking shocks on the front there, though. Okay. In case you wonder what I'm doing, I was looking for if this thing had a somewhere. Okay, there's the ECU, fuse box, ABS, right? That's all there where about where it should be. So I'm looking for. I thought maybe that would have at least a power steering pump, but maybe it's all, yeah, could be electric steering. Like what Equinox has. Okay. So a peek here. I'm assuming we can still get this up in the air, and then we gotta get the tires off anyway. So at least the back tires. We gotta get the drive shafts off to isolate the motor. At least I think we do. I mean, this part's pretty obvious. Let's that out of the way. Cooling hose, gearbox, AC compressor. I'm gonna try something. I have a feeling it's not gonna work, but we're gonna try something. Go ahead and move this over to lift 1. Right. Just like a typical car, we'd have to get in there and get the gearbox off, which means we have to get this bastard back up in the air. I wasn't sure, given how small it was, we could just yank the whole thing out as a unit, but nope. Literally treating it like every other car, which means we got to figure out how to get the gearbox off. So the gearbox requires cooling hose, requires that, which we need to get from the top. Of course. Okay. Now we can get to it. So, go see what it complains about this time. Alright, so let us take the engine out. Half an engine. I think my lawnmower has a bigger engine than that. Alright, let's take a look at what we pulled out. Yeah, see if we can fix any of this. Hang on. So yeah, drive axles we know we don't have it. Engine cover we know there's not. But are any of these performance parts? Just out of curiosity. I'm kind of in learning mode here, so bear with me. Okay. Tire. Nope. 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 And nope. Okay. We basically just fix them up. I'm running most of the parts through that same process there. So like I said, this may be a bit of a longer episode than normal. Okay, so at least it all fixed up to 100%. So work our way from top to bottom. Just like we do with every other engine for a car. It's a thick power cable. Okay, front end housing. That's a lot of bolts. Oh, I think I kind of get an idea of what how this is working, sort of, I think. Okay. Yeah, this one's gonna be... I was gonna say, where's the other one? The glare from the sun coming in overhead kind of washed it out. I'm assuming the center housing is basically your engine block. Let's see. Got to take these off there. Right. So we could brute force it. See if there's anything here that's a performance part. Since we don't really have that many components to deal with, I think we could probably try that out real quick. See, I don't think we're gonna have much any... Oh. Hang on. So charger proton. So we got one. Stator, nope. Controller, nope. Inductor, charging inductor, by part. Cable, ooh, we got aftermarket cable. How many are we needing? Cable A, so 1. Front end housing? Nope. Charging rectifier. Okay. That. Bracket support. Now, link capacitor. Not to be confused with the flux capacitor. So center housing. Nope. Inverter. Ooh, there's actually quite a bit of aftermarket nonsense for this thing. There's new stuff every day. Inverter. Electric controller. Cable B. So it's probably good that I did it this way, even though it's a bit clumsy. Because that was actually more than I was expecting. I honestly wasn't expecting like hardly anything to be in the performance side, because maybe it's just my preconceived notions against electric cars. Alright, let's continue. So we went through and filtered out all the performance stuff. So before we go buying things, let's go try to fix this stuff up. Why buy it when you can just fix it? I just realized I hacked up. That's okay. Yeah, we just ran into a bit of an issue here, but that's okay. We're learning. Again, this is usually when I deal with a new type of car in this game that has like a different design, a vastly different design to it than most cars. We're usually spending the first episode or two just kind of getting things figured out here. Yeah, we kind of... We fixed everything we can, but we still have quite a number of... Not very many things, but I'll tell you what, let's clear our list. Make a new one with all the stuff we have left over. We may be duplicating parts. Like cable B, we know it is. Cable A. I'm gonna do that. Gonna go from here, step by step, piece by piece. You see, we have some doubling up on there. Again, this is a learning experience. Just bear with me. I want the aftermarket one. Later. Yeah. Okay, on that. It seems to be favoring the aftermarket stuff first, which is good. Try to be a little more careful with it on the next episode, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had a good old time trying to learn this stuff. Okay, aftermarket cable. Go. Kind of doing this by the seat of the pants here. B. Okay. There. I'm missing a junction box, so we'll mark that. Your rectum fryer, aka rectifier. Inducer. Link capacitor. Let's go here first. Okay, no junction box there. So we'll need one here. I kind of figured we were going to have probably electrical. There we go. I think we're good. I don't think we need the charger because that's the charger there. Get rid of you. And get rid of you. Gearbox, want to keep cooling hose, bottom fan, top fan housing. Rest of that, you're coming with me. I think we're done. Double check one more time. Yeah, that's actually that wasn't too bad. I probably would have been a little bit smoother if I hadn't bumbled around, but hey, we learned something today. Back out. Throw the engine back in where she belongs. I hit the wrong freaking part of the radial menu. There we go. Have anything else back here but your battery, do you? I mean, the 12-volt battery. Because that's one thing I thought was kind of interesting when I was learning how, like, Teslas and stuff were put together. They have, like, kind of like this car. They have the battery pack sitting under your feet, right? It's built into the frame, I think. That's your get up and go stuff, you know, when you're on the road. For lack of a better way of phrasing it. Your 12 volts for everything else. And this can actually go flat. And I think it was from a James May video, you know, from one of the Top Gear guys. He had one of these Teslas sitting for a long time. And even though he had it plugged in, because he hadn't been driving it, it didn't charge the 12-volt battery on it, and it like locked him out of the damn car. But yeah, I was like, why on earth do you have a 12-volt battery on there? And it's like, okay, you know, sure. I mean, it makes sense to the engineers. It just seems weird to me. But then again, I'm very much coming from this whole thing from, like, I've driven internal combustion engine cars my whole life, and my house is kind of ancient, so getting electric cars is easier said than done because of all the, like, basically infrastructure upgrades I'd have to do to my house. I'm not saying I wouldn't get one. It's just there'd be some upfront costs for, like, getting a 220 line run, getting the charger put in. And then, since I live in a redneck state whose one of their major exports is oil, I'm gonna get big pushback from the local rednecks. And not a whole lot of charging stations to be had either. And of course, I hear that siren call of people saying, "Hey, why don't you move to, you know, civilization?" It's like, I am in civilization. Just they're not very accepting of new technology in that regard. It's a mindset change. It's going to take them a while. And it's going to require infrastructure changes like the likes of which the locals haven't seen since the, you know, introduction of automobiles to the state. Basically, if you live like near Wichita or Kansas City, Topeka, basically the big cities in the state, there are charging stations all over the place. There's even charging stations along the major highways. But you get out towards the sticks, like where I live, not so much. Or if they are there, they're put on like the property of the power company or some companies who are, you know, rich enough to be able to afford to have one of those installed. So, anyway, we've basically taken care of everything back here, the engine and the battery, and that would be it, except for the suspension, which we'll do later. But yeah, I think we're done back here. So I'm going to treat this part like doing the fuel system, but we're going to go ahead and do this now. Because I don't know how much of a bitch this is going to be to take out. If it's just like, I'm assuming it's all one big solid part under here, but I suppose I could put the engine cover back on. Hang on. And the company I'm supposed to be working for here, if I ever get a phone call from the HR people, get a start date, they actually have a couple of charging stations out front. Like a handful, like maybe less than a half dozen. Okay. Oh, right. We're going to go after the fuel tank, aka the battery pack. Oh dear Christ, they are individual modules. Kind of hoping that would all be like one monolithic unit, but guess not the way they're wired, huh? Well, let's see. Should the okay, should just drop straight out? Good. Keep it simple, Mario. Okay. Alright, let's go. We need. Oh, one. I want to find out if these are. I think these are fixable. Oh, they are. I stand corrected. How are we fixing them? Oh, okay. I know. Don't question the video game logic. If only these were like that easy to replace on most electric cars in real life. I suppose it would depend on the manufacturer. No offense, but it seems like some of those electric cars that are for sale out there, do these have... Seems like most of these electric cars nowadays are kind of shifting towards like the cell phone, you know, methodology, or where, you know, it's like, why fix it up when you could just buy a new one? Or why replace parts when you could just buy a new one? But that's another argument for another day. Oh, okay. Good catch. See, that was 9, wasn't it? Check. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 6, 9. Okay. So 1, they are fixable. 2, they actually do have a performance, aka bigger capacity battery. So that's another thing we're gonna have to keep a watch for. There. Okay. Thankfully, this thing seems to be favoring the performance parts when we have both available. Alright. I think that's everything. Let's get rid of all of those very carefully. Alright. So that leaves us everything with the frunk. That's going to be like your fluid reservoirs, the radiators, stuff like that. No intercooler, thank God. Straight up radiator and fans. Good old fashioned ECU. Like I said, kind of sloppy, but hey, you know, we're getting there. That doesn't look like that would actually do much. That's gotta be some stiff fucking suspension on that. Look at, it's like maybe an inch or two of travel. Just like, ew. Shopping list is empty. We're going to go ahead and mark all of these. Cool. Alright. We're getting there. We're making good progress. Sometimes progress takes a while because, you know, if you're learning something, you know, from scratch. Wait, no. Okay. So, let's take a look. That left us with... Actually, I did fix up quite a number, but we still have... Yeah, the fuses and relays, I'm not surprised. Start marking other stuff, though. Let's see. Pressure reservoir. I don't need the ECU, because that's never a fixable item. Coolant reservoir. I think that's it. Because, yeah, brake servo got fixed up. ABS is good to go. And the fuse box itself is a-okay. Let's get all that shit thrown out. Buy all new stuff. I don't have anything from here because this is all, yeah. I guess we could do our stuff here first. What's first? Use type C. 1. 3 fuse type Bs. 2 fuse type As. 5 type Cs. Relay in this case. Okay, relay type B. 2 relay type As. And an ECU. Alright, go to standard part shop and get the remaining stuff on our list. Right. Get that fuse box put in first. Right, everything's looking good. Get the radiator put in. Excuse me. There we go. Much better. Oh, right, the ECU. I knew we were forgetting something. Alright, fluids filled up. For some reason, you know, I was like spending way too much time earlier trying to look for a power steering pump, and it's like, think about this for... Last time I even drove a car that had an actual honest-to-God power steering pump. Well, my truck, basically, and it's 5 years old. But both the 13 Equinox and the 22 Equinox that I drove, the 22 I'm still driving, Um, both of them had electric power steering. Alright, I think that's everything on the front. That's what I'm calling it anyway. What else can we do? So we're basically at this point, we should, yeah, we're like 76% part condition. Battery's good. I think we're going to get the front tires off and then we're just going to rip the suspension out. We got the back tires off already. So let's get the car up in the air. Then we'll start tearing into everything. Dig in. Rest of these bushings. I'm kind of curious to see what the performance of this thing is out on the speed track. We're still a bit off from doing that though, because we've got, once I get the suspension put back together and we verify the vehicle's at 100% condition, we still have the wheel and headlight alignment, plus the dyno room, and then we can take it out on the fun track. Oh, still got the front end link on there, don't we? Yes, we do. Come on, get in there. Now we can take. Good thing when you go trying to work on a type of car that you're not familiar with, just take it slow like that. You know, take an extra few minutes, just kind of double check everything. And if you're trying to soup them up like this, where you're trying to put in like aftermarket parts to try to boost the performance of the car, sometimes you may have to go through the extra checks and balances. Look at each and every part and verify individually. Then when you do enough of them, it's like any other vehicle. You know what's likely to be a performance part and what wasn't. And there was like several times during, this restoration where it was like, I went ahead and fixed up the batteries, for instance, and I realized, hey, wait a minute, this could be a performance part, couldn't it? And then I checked over and it turns out I was right. I had a suspicion of it, but, easily confirmed. Like I said, you do it enough times, it kind of becomes muscle memory. Just like dealing with the internal combustion cars. even though they were different engine designs with different manufacturers, different styles of engine, it still kind of followed a similar pattern each time. It's just a matter of getting where you need to go in terms of the restoration, and how much different is it from what you've worked on before. And it's all a familiarity thing. uh, anyway, so yeah, hopefully that made sense. Let's go and see. Oh wait, hang on, before we even do that, we gotta take stuff apart. Maybe it's just a perspective thing. I was looking at that going, those rock assemblies looked a little different when I had them on that little, that little jig back there to take them apart. It's a bit sus, but whatever. Oh, missed it. Just a hair. Okay. In case you're wondering why I'm not talking, while these puzzles are not hard, I am rather tired, so I'm trying to keep from, messing any of them up if I can help it. Alright, that should have gotten us pretty close. Let's take a looky. Maybe not as far as we thought, but eh. Could do the brake discs. That'll get us a little further. That'll take us a minute or two. I mean, so far the majority of this restoration's been like any other car. It's just, when you have, you know, different power plant and different technology there for the electric car, it's just kind of like, nice little change of pace, that should have got us a little bit, you know. Nope. Nope, we don't need the brake disc. Thank you very much. I accidentally right-clicked on one of them. Okay, so yeah, almost 2 pages worth, but could be worse, I suppose. You notice most of these are consumables. Or basically stuff that's otherwise not fixable. You know. So, yeah. I think we're going to be too bad off here. I'll take a look at the list. Yeah, pretty typical for a car. Alright. Okay. New brake pads. We need 4 of those. 2 rear shock caps. 2 front shock caps. 16 rubber bushings. Okay. 4 new bearings. 2 new hubcaps. Couple of front springs. Couple of rear shocks. Got our tie rods. 2 front shocks. Couple of rear springs. Front sway bar. Good to go. Got your inner tie rods. And a couple of front end links. Right, let's get these assemblies thrown together. I'm just saying, look how big that is there, uncompressed. And then look at when we put the front suspension back together and see how compressed that thing is. I'm going to do the back suspension first. Or rear suspension, I should say. There we go. Okay. Slap the caliper on there and then we'll go do the other side. Oh. Once we get the tire on. Here we're getting the correct one, so the 235. Good to go. Do the other side now. .35, there we go. Alright, let's do the front. get the preliminaries in first, and then we'll do one side or the other. Come on. There we go. Okie dokie. Get going. See? It's like it's crushed. You know? Compared to how we saw it when when it was on the jig for the disassembly and reassembly. Like, yeah, that don't look right. I mean, I know electric cars can be heavy, especially with the freaking battery packs and whatnot, but still. That's more towards the center of the car, so you would think these would be heavily compressed too. But there I go thinking again. Like I said, it just seems like it's smushed. Because that's flat, and that's obviously not. I don't know. Just from my untrained eye, it doesn't look right. Then again, I'm a software engineer, not a hardware guy. Definitely not a mechanic either. Okay, inventory's empty. The car's at 100% condition. Good job, everybody. Group effort. Looking pretty spiff. Alright, let's get over to the alignment rack and then we'll take care of the headlights and the tires. Yeah, that one looks close enough. Okay. Alright, done and done. Ooh, 326 horsepower factory and 332 pound-feet of torque. Warp speed or something. Okay. 518 horsepower for a gain of 192, 59% increase, and 437 pound-feet of torque for an increase of 106, so 32% increase respectively. Look at the RPM numbers, by the way. Damn. And here we thought rotaries went fast. Ouch. Alright. Time for you to go outside and get some pictures. relatively centered. Oop. That one's going to be the thumbnail of the video, which you had already seen by the time that you're watching this. And going on Discord. Cool. One last thing we gotta do. I'm gonna take it over to the speed track. See how fast this little puppy can go. Break out the Xbox controller here. Listen to that. You hear that? That's right, you don't hear a damn thing. Woo. Okay, false start. 10-yard penalty, something. First down. Okay, try it again. Have to be very gentle with it, otherwise this thing goes squirrely. Like she's RC car kind of squirrely. Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Okay, so she's topping out at 121. Basically got to max speed before I could even register the fact. I have to let off the gas just so this thing could actually... That was fairly sedate. Although we still probably would have maybe not died there. We'd have gotten a nasty concussion. Okay, so 121. I'll still screenshot it. Why not? Right. Yeah, no vroom on this one. Although I wouldn't be surprised at some point if it hasn't already been thought of or implemented in some way to have the fake vroom in there. Just so that people that, you know, want that sound can have it. But, maybe in the future. Alright, let's take a look at the numbers. So, bought this for 45,026 credits. You see the condition bonus, performance parts, body, and parts values, and see how those factor in. And so yeah, we sold it for, we're selling it for 110,517 for a profit of 65,491. So not quite doubled our money, but you know, maybe. Go ahead and sell it. Some of our money back. We're going to move some cars around. This one's the Atom 330. That's going to go in Bay 1 because that's going to be the next thing we work on. Yeah. This is after it's been cleaned, by the way. Saying. This is the Atom Renton. That's going to be in Bay 2 because that's 2 episodes out. Looks okay. Then we have the Alenti Easy, which is the last of the electric car DLC. That's going into position 2 because 3 episodes out. So let's go to parking. We don't want to grab any of these yet. These are the cars for the Chrysler Dodge Plymouth, aka the Mopar DLC, as I've been calling it. That's not the actual name for it, but that's basically what it is, more or less. So yeah, as you can see, our parking's getting pretty empty here. Like there's very little left here. Take a looky here. This is going to be our last filler car that we do for a while. And we're going to have to clean it. He's missing a few parts. But that's what we're here for. We're here to make it pretty again. I'm sure some of us have probably seen ones in not much better condition actually driving down a highway, usually doing about 20 plus over the speed limit with the, enough duct tape on it to, you know, plug a hole in the side of an aircraft carrier. But yeah, this one's a very special project for me. I've built this one once before, but not for the YouTube series. I did it back when I was actually streaming this game on Twitch. And I kind of wanted to do it again because I thought it'd be kind of a nice way to round things out. But yeah. Going into position 3, because that's 4 episodes out. Can't wait to get to this one. It's in desperate need of a full restoration, and it shows. Yep. Good old school GM V8 in there. At least we can pretend it has one. So yeah, that's our future in terms of what we're going to be working on. With that, turn y'all loose. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon thing if you want the alerts for any new videos or streams that happen on this channel. Seems like the new job thing, while it is on the way, it's taking a while to get the call I need from the HR people, so I don't know when I'm going to be starting. I know who I'm going to be reporting to. I know what team I'm on, but I need to get the specifics so we could work out getting everything I need to get started. So as soon as I find that out, I'll let you guys know. With that, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.